Dobro Jutro, Divine Pisces 222. It is Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. I'm going to go ahead and do a collective check-in today. Also want to thank everybody for their patience. It's like I'll get to where I'm good as far as my time management goes, and then I'll get an influx of reading requests, which I'm very, very grateful for, but it's like I have to adjust my time management skills to suit. So I appreciate your patience, everybody who's waiting on a reading. I'll try to get those out as soon as I can. I'm just going to have to adjust because I also have a full-time job. I have a daughter. And sometimes my weekends don't always pan out to where I can work on readings nonstop. So I appreciate your patience with me while I adjust my my time management skills to the influx of requests. And also, as I've stated before, I am doing the SRT class with Charlotte, and I have been practicing and stuff like that, but it's very draining when I do one. I usually have to recharge for a little while. So I appreciate your understanding, appreciate your patience, and I'll definitely get on those as soon as I can, get those out to you guys, okay? Thank you so much. So, first card out of the gate today is Jupiter. Divine Masculine, definitely in his head today, very much in his head today. I feel a lot of confusion, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of guilt, resentment, that sort of thing. Not necessarily toward Divine Feminine, though there could be some of that, mostly towards himself, and the fact that he's in a situation he feels he can't get out of, and he knows he got himself in that situation. So he's very frustrated, really, with himself, but he's trying to be diplomatic. You know, some of these, again, these situations, especially if it has to do with family or a karmic partner, are very, very delicate, and they really don't want to hurt anybody. They really don't, and they definitely don't want to hurt Divine Feminine, but it feels like no matter what they do, they're going to hurt somebody, and that's where they're at right now. So they do feel very stuck between a rock and a hard place, and Divine Feminine, I do feel you are probably feeling this. You're probably feeling the frustration. You're feeling the confusion. Probably feeling him kind of trying to pull back. But, you know, he hasn't. I don't know if some of them haven't realized that the more they try to pull back, the more they're going to be pulled back towards the connection. So it's like they haven't quite learned that lesson yet, right? So still some imbalance. But I do feel Divine Feminine is starting to come into inner balance, starting to, and of course we're in Libra season right now, so starting to come into balance, starting to balance out her own inner yin and yang, so to speak, the masculine and feminine within, balancing out her emotions, balancing out her reactions to things, dealing with the triggers as they come, and feeling a lot more secure within herself and a lot more balanced within herself, right? Whereas Divine Masculine is going back and forth. I do feel some Divine Masculines are shifting into Divine Feminine energy, and then they'll go back. It shifts back and forth until there's full inner alignment. So just be prepared for that. So I feel, again, Divine Masculine very much in their heads. They may actually be in their heads about the connection as well, which is not helping their current karmic situation. It's kind of like it's like they can't get away from it no matter what they do. They can't get away from anything. They just don't want to deal with any of it right now. They feel very stuck, very rooted, very held down, you know, and spiritually, really, you know, but of course, obviously in the 3D world as well. But they feel like, you know, there's so much that they want to do. There's so much they want to say, but they cannot. They feel they cannot. There's an illusion there, right? So Divine Feminine, you're being advised here to ground yourself, because I do feel that there are going to be some triggers very soon, or there are triggers happening now. And actually, you know, you can get triggers in the 5D. So if your Divine Masculine is reaching out to you in the 5D, maybe you're having some really disturbing dreams, you know, stuff like that, that can be a trigger too. So ground yourself, be prepared for that, okay? Because, again, these situations that they're in are very, very toxic, so it may leak through in the 5D, so you may be getting these feelings, you may actually remote view, you may actually see things that are actually going on in the Divine Masculine's world right now, okay, and it may trigger you. Alright, so I do feel a lot of Divine Masculines, again, kind of reverting into this codependent behavior. There's a lot of codependency in these situations, yes, but actually I feel a lot of them are turning to substance abuse right now, kind of to suppress instead of purging the way that they should. They're trying to suppress, and eventually it's going to get to where it blows up in their face. Something's going to happen. There is going to be a tower that takes this away, and they won't be prepared for it. So Divine Feminine, need to send them the strength, okay? And now some of you may also be dealing with some codependency as well, some obsession, some addiction, or even some codependent karmic partners here, okay? So those cycles definitely need to be wrapped up. If you find yourself in this sort of toxic situation, again, you need to release that, okay? So yeah, Divine Masculine, very, very, very much in his head, having a really hard time speaking his truth to anybody, but he really, really wants to talk to his Divine Feminine right now. He really wants to. He just doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know how to say it. He feels like it's been, you know, such a hard time for both of them, and he feels guilty, and he's not really quite sure what to do with that guilt. So Divine Feminine, just stand strong, stand in your truth, stand in your power, okay? Everything's going to be fine for Divine Masculine. Don't worry about him. He'll be alright. Alright. So what's going on with Divine Masculine today? Yeah. Yeah. Definitely on the forefront of his mind today, okay? Part of the frustration, I feel. Very much frustrated about this. Very much frustrated that it's still there. He can't get rid of it, but also frustrated that he can't do anything about it. Or he feels he can't do anything about it, right? He feels stuck. He feels like, you know, he doesn't know which way to go. He's so frustrated right now. He is so frustrated. And the Divine is trying to come in. Is trying to come in and guide him, trying to help him cut these ties, help him move on from the karmic situation, but he is just feeling very, very frustrated, torn in two different directions, right? So much illusion surrounding this connection right now. Like, he just feels like he can't do anything. He can't go anywhere. He can't be what he wants to be right now. He's so tied down by it, right? But again, the towers are coming. So, he's poor Divine Masculine. He's been through a lot of towers, but there are more coming, okay? There are more coming to help clear this away. Alright, because, like I said before, you know, if you don't take it in your own hands, Divine Masculine, the universe is going to do it for you, and you're really not going to like it, okay? It's just the way that it is, unfortunately, okay? It's got to be cleared. It's got to be cleared, okay? So, a lot of stuff coming for poor Divine Masculine, right? Yeah, again, he's feeling very, very stuck. Very stuck. He just feels like doesn't matter what he does, he's gonna fall, and he's in this corner where, like, no matter what he does, he's gonna quote unquote fail, right? So he doesn't do anything. He like stands very, very still, you know, like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, right? If you just stand really, really still, nobody will see me. Bad things won't happen to me. Sorry to break it to you, Divine Masculine. They're coming, okay? Because you have been stuck for so long. You've been in this mode where you know what you want, but you can't, you feel like you can't reach for it, right? So it's been kind of like dangling in the abyss, so to speak, right? But the Divine is trying to come in and show you what to do. You just need to listen. You need to listen, okay? Because it's just going to get harder. It's going to get harder for you. And your Divine Feminine feels this. Your Divine Feminine feels this, okay? And it's not a guilt thing. I'm just letting you know. She feels this. She knows you're going through something right now, okay? So, you know, let the wheels spin. Let things happen the way they should happen. Let the cycles close, okay? Because you're going to be better for it, okay? Don't be stuck in this cycle of guilt and self-hatred, okay? There is no failure. There is no failure, Divine Masculine. Only lessons. Okay? Alright, Divine Feminine, let's see what's going on with you today. Yeah, a lot of mirroring definitely going on right now. Yeah, Divine Feminine definitely needing to walk away from some stuff as well. And she understands this. She knows this. Divine Feminine, you get this. You already know this, right? It's just kind of like I'm repeating stuff you already know, all right? It's just some of us, I do feel, are having a hard time walking away, whether it's because of finances, family ties, willpower. That sort of thing, right? But things are coming to light for Divine Feminine. She's understanding this, and a lot of you are manifesting your way out of these situations. A lot of you are in a in a hermit mode, so to speak, trying to go within and figure out what to do next, plot your next move, right? And a lot of you are working on this, right? Your spirituality, your mission, you're manifesting your abundance so that you can get out of the situations that you're in. So Divine Feminine is working on it, right? And she's asking her guides for help. She is turning to the Divine for help, because sometimes you can't do it on your own, right? You can, but sometimes you feel like you can't. So that's when you reach out for answers, and that's when the Divine comes in and shows you what to do, right? Shows you how to clear all the rest of this out so that you can focus on you, right? Because that's the point of the journey. And a lot of you have been, and I know this is true for me, very overburdened. Almost like you're taking on your Divine Masculine's burdens, but stop doing that. Stop doing that, okay? Because when you take on the 8 of Wands and you lose the 2 of Wands back here, which is you, it kind of defeats the purpose of the journey, right? The purpose of the journey is inner alignment. The purpose of the journey is you. So stop taking on more than you can handle, number 1. Number 2, stop taking on your Divine Masculine's burdens, okay? Stop taking on his feelings. Okay, I know a lot of us are empaths, so it's very easy to take on other people's burdens, take on other people's feelings, but you can't do that because the point of the journey is you. Stop focusing on this. You're losing this. Okay, so go back to this. Okay, focus on yourself. Focus on your own cup right now. Fill your own cup because you can. You can fill your own cup. Okay, you don't need anybody else to fill your cup, right? All right, so focus on you. Pisces coming in. Focus on you. Focus on your happiness. Figure out what you need to 8 of Cups. And you already know what you need to 8 of Cups. You already know. And if it means walking away from your Divine Masculine right now, do it. Do it, okay? Because the 2 of Cups here in the end, right? This is you. This is your Divine Masculine, all right? And in between is what? The 8 of Cups. You need to drop this so that you can each have your own cup so you can come together. Does that make sense? Right? So find your mission, find your happiness. Those of you who have not found it, go ahead and do that. I do feel some sexual energy also coming in today between the twins, definitely. So don't let that distract you. But, there's so much that Divine Feminine wants to do, I feel, that, they've been feeling, quote-unquote, held back, but they need to 8 of Cups that crap that's keeping them held back so they can move forward here, okay? So they can move forward, all right? You need to release so you can gain. Okay? If you don't release, you will never gain, right? That's all about cycles. The cycles are about releasing and then gaining something else, right? Now that may be a lesson, it may be a trigger, but it also could be, if you're releasing your twin, you're releasing the connection, so to speak, let them do their thing. They will come back because they are your twin. They are you. They're not going away. This is temporary, okay? So don't be so afraid to release that you forget what you're supposed to do. Remember the 2 of Wands. Don't forget you, okay? All right? Because you are manifesting, and a lot of you are getting really good at this. A lot of you are understanding this a lot more, and it's like getting easier and easier and easier, and that's the point, is that the more you do it, the more you manifest, the more success you have, the more it will happen, right? It's like a muscle. You've got to exercise it, right? So stop focusing so much on your Divine Masculine right now. He will be fine. Divine Masculine will be fine. He might not think he will, but he will be. All right? All right, let's get some messages from the Counterparts. Nope. Got a lot today. Very talkative. Oh, yeah. He's confused. He's very confused right now. Not so much about the connection. They get the connection. They do. They do get the connection. They understand the connection. They believe in the connection. They just don't know what to do about all the other stuff around it. Right? So they're very confused about their situation, and they know they hurt you. They know they did. They just, again, it's like they know, and they've gotten to the point where it's so bottled up that they don't really know how to approach Divine Feminine about this, or if this is Divine Masculine, or Divine Feminine coming to Divine Masculine, okay? So whichever counterpart this is. They know they hurt you. They know they did, but they can't stop thinking about it. They can't stop thinking about you, and they really can't get you off their mind. And it's kind of gotten to the point where it's like they know, and they've again kind of gotten to this quote unquote surrender stage, where they know it's there. It's always going to be there. It doesn't really matter what they do. They just don't know what to do about the other stuff, and that's what they're trying to figure it out. That's what they're trying to figure out. Okay, and it's making them frustrated. They keep hitting their heads against the wall, and they can't seem to break free. Right. So be prepared for towers. Mirroring, big time, guys. Still, mirroring is very, very strong. It's like it keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger, right? The mirroring is ridiculous. Okay. And for those of us who aren't in communication, you know, it's hard for us to verify this sort of thing in the 3D, but just go with your gut. Like, I guarantee you, if you're going through something, your twin is going through this very similar, probably the same thing, just it's manifesting different to them. But it could also be the exact same thing. Like, you could be living parallel lives right now. I know this is true for me. But have patience with him because they're trying to rebuild, okay? The towers they've been through have been ridiculous, okay? And I'm telling you, it's been like a cluster tower. It's been like one after another, after another, after another, and they can't even rebuild from the last one before the next one falls, right? It's like the universe is just throwing everything they can at them, right? And they do love you, so don't question that, okay? If you've been questioning this, yes, the answer is yes. Okay, and they are watching you. They're spying on you, social media, keeping tabs on you through friends, what have you, okay? They're watching you. They know exactly what you're doing. And that sounds a little creepy, but at the same time, they're supposed to be following your lead. So if they're watching you, that means that they're trying to follow your lead, and that's a good thing, okay? And again, they didn't mean to. They hurt you, but they didn't mean to, okay? They're hurting themselves, okay? They're feeling very hurt right now. Right? They didn't want to hurt you, and they do want to apologize. And again, this actually was the end card last time. I think they'll be back. They'll be back. Okay, it's temporary. All right, let's get some messages. Resource. Yeah. Yeah, Divine's definitely guiding this. Okay. If you haven't found your mission, ask your guides. But I think a lot of you have kind of gotten to that point where you at least know a little bit about what your mission is going to be, or you've had an insight into what your mission is going to be. So if you're not sure how to go forward with it, again, you know, ask your guides, ask Source to help you, do some meditation, right? Make sure you're clearing those chakras. I do feel some heart chakra issues going on, especially with Divine Masculine right now. So Divine Feminine, you know, if you're, you know, doing all those clearings, remember that you share an energy field, so it does help your Divine Masculine, okay? Now, he has free will, so what he does with that is up to him, but you can help him, okay? You can help him with that, all right? So just remember who you are, remember your roots, right? Remember you come from Source, right? We're all part of Source here, and just remember that we all come together in the end, okay? So we're going to walk separate paths. You're going to walk separate paths with your Divine Counterpart for a little while, but you will come together eventually because you are eternal, okay? You are eternal, all right? This 3D illusion stuff is temporary. Remember that, okay? Remember where you come from. Find your mission. Step into your spiritual service. And again, it doesn't have to be twin flame related, guys. It really doesn't. Don't rack your brain thinking, how can I do something twin flame? It doesn't have to be twin flame related at all. It really doesn't, okay? What are you doing that makes you happy, that helps someone else, that helps the world? Right? Ask your guides to help you if you're not really quite sure. And I love that we're ending with this. Yeah, the Divine Masculines definitely are waking up. They're figuring it out. They're going through an ascension right now. And I do feel a lot of them are actually coming into contact with their spirit guides. They probably aren't sure that's what it is, but they are. They're actually coming into contact with their spirit guides, and their spirit guides are stepping in to help them, okay? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. If this has resonated, please like, share, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.